Hello, grade 4. How are you? Today, inshallah, we're going to solve the EKB Egyptian Knowledge Bank, Bank المعرفه المصري questions about concept 3, lesson 1. Concept 3, concept 1.3, light and sight. So we had the questions from the concept, and we're going to start solving them together. Let's start. The first question says, light. Does it take up space? Is it made of matter? Is it a form of energy? Or does it have a magnetic force? Light. So the light, as we said in the sessions, it is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy that travels as waves. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Which type of energy does the sun provide the earth? The sun, does it provide the earth? Provide the earth with light and heat energy. So let's see the choices. Light, yes. Gravity, chemical, mechanical. It provides the earth with light energy. So the answer is light. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is a source of light? Which of these? Examples here: emit light, produce light. Is it the moon? Is it our eyes? Is it the fire? Is it the mirror? The correct answer is the fire. It's not the moon because the moon is a dark body that reflects the light from the sun. It's not our eyes. Our eyes doesn't produce or emit light. It's not the mirror. Actually, the mirror reflects the light falling on its surface just like the moon. The correct answer is the fire. If you are lost in the desert, you're going to need to make a fire so you can see your surroundings. So the correct answer is the fire. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. What property of light help you to see yourself in a mirror? What property of light help you to see yourself in a mirror? So if you have a mirror and you look in front of the mirror, you're going to see yourself. Because of what? Because of the reflection of light. The reflection of light. The light passes by you and it's reflected on the mirror, so the mirror reflects your picture. And this is because the reflection of the light. So the correct answer here is the reflection of the light. So question number 5 says, which statement best explains why you see yourself when you look at a mirror? It's the same question, guys. When you look at yourself at on a mirror, you're going to see your image, or you're going to see yourself. Why? Because the light passes through you, and the light is reflected on you, and then the light falls on you, and then it's bounced to the mirror, and this is how your image is reflected back to your eyes. So you are going to see yourself on the mirror. Okay, so because light is reflected, bouncing off the mirror. Light is reflected, bouncing off the mirror. When the light is bounced off the mirror, reflected from the mirror or jumped from the mirror, this means that it is reflected. So the other choice here says light is reflected as it passed through the mirror. The light doesn't pass through the mirror. It's not transparent. It is reflected or bounced off the mirror. This is the correct answer. It's B. Question number 6. The arrow in each answer choice represents the light rays. Which drawing shows how light is reflected by the mirror? It's the same as what we just drew right now. Look at the drawings here, A, B, C, and D. Here we have the light falls on the surface, and then it bounces off it. And then we have the light falls on the surface, and nothing happened, and the light coming out from the surface, or the light passed through the surface. So which one here is reflection? Which one here shows the light is reflected from the mirror? It's A. It's A. A is when the light is reflected from the mirror. Let's move on. What type of surface scatters the light unevenly? What type of surface scatters the light unevenly? Do you remember, guys, when we drew two surfaces? One is shiny and smooth. The other one was a rough surface. Do you remember when I said the shiny and smooth surface just like the mirror or the metallic spoon, and the rough surface just like plastic or wood or clothes? If you have a metallic spoon and you try to touch it, and then you touch your clothes at the same time, you're going to feel the difference between them. The mirror or the metallic spoon will be smooth surface and shiny surface, while the rough surface will be the fabric or the clothes that you're wearing. So if the light rays falls on the shiny, smooth surface, all the light rays will be reflected evenly, يعني with the same angle in the same direction. But what about if the light falls on the rough surface? For example, this is a light here, and it's falling on the rough surface. So it will be scattered or diffused. One light ray will just move this direction, the other light ray will move this direction, the other light ray will move this direction. And why does this happen? Because the surface is not smooth, so one of the light rays will fall on the top, one will fall down. So they don't have the same direction. They will be scattered, just like if you have like a spoon that's full with sugar, and then you throw it in the air. Will all of the sugar fall on the same point, or will they be scattered in the kitchen? They will be scattered. So it's the same here that happens to the light. When the light falls on the rough surface, they are scattered. So the correct answer is rough. What type of surface scatters the light unevenly? It's the rough surface. Rough surface. The second question here, number 8. What word is used to describe the light as it strikes a smooth, shiny surface and bounces off? When the light strikes a full-on, smooth, shiny surface and then they bounce off it, what is it called? Shadow, energy, reflection, or wavelength? So actually, yes, it's reflection. It's reflection. It's reflection. Okay. So what happens to the light when it hits a rough surface? When the light falls on a rough surface, what happens to it? Scattering, reflection, absorption, or diffraction? It's scattering. Scattering. The light scatters and diffuses, goes to a different direction. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so there was a girl named Rebecca. She visited a lake surrounded by mountains. She visited the mountain. She was on a trip, and then she saw mountains, and nearby the mountain there was a lake. There was water. And when she looked at the water, she observed that the image of the mountains is reflected on the surface of the lake. So when she went home, she made a model. She built a model. And what did she use in this model? She got herself a mirror. The mirror represents the lake, and she got herself a postcard, يعني a drawing, small drawing, زي بطاقة بريدية, that has the picture of the mountain. They have the picture of the mountain. So for example here, this is the mountain here. Okay, so when the picture of the postcard is reflected on the mirror, it's the same as when the mountain's picture image was reflected on the water. So what happens? How are they the same? Let's read. Rebecca built a diorama model and of what she saw. She built a model and she used a postcard of a mountain scene. She used a postcard of the mountain to represent the mountains, and she used a small mirror to represent the lake. Which is the best explanation of why her model represents what she saw? Let's read the choices together. The mirror refracts the light onto the image of the mountain on the postcard. We didn't study refraction, so it's not the correct answer. The mirror reflects the light onto the image of the mountain of the postcard. Does the mirror reflect the light on the image? So let's see how. Let's draw the lines and see the direction. So here it said the mirror reflects the light onto the image. So it means that the light comes from the mirror to the image, and then it's reflected on the image. So it would be like that. Does this happen? Do you think this happens actually? I think no. The mirror reflects the light onto the image? No, this doesn't happen. So let's see, let's read the rest of the choices and check for the correct answer. The image of the mountain on the postcard is refracted by the mirror. We didn't study refraction again, so it's not the correct answer. The image of the mountain on the postcard is reflected by the mirror. يعني the image is on the mirror and it's reflected on the mirror. Let's see. So the image of this postcard is reflected on the mirror. طبعا it's true. We see our pictures or see the pictures of the stuff on the mirror because it's reflected by the mirror. So this is the correct answer. The correct answer will be D. I'm going to explain this again in Arabic right now, so to make sure that you understand this, that you understood this answer or this question. So كان في بنت اسمها ريبيكا. ريبيكا دي كانت في رحلة وشافت جبال، والجبال دي كان حواليها بحيرة. So بصت على البحيرة، بصت على المية بتاعت البحيرة، لقت إن هي صورة الجبال دي منعكسة فيها. طيب لما روحت البيت جابت مراية وجابت صورة لبطاقة بلدية فيها شكل الجبال ده، وبعدين لقيت صورة الجبال دي منعكسة على المراية. حبت تشرح بقى أو تفهم إزاي الصورة دي انعكست على المراية. لما جينا قلنا إن D is the correct answer، بتقول إن صورة الماونتن، صورة الجبال اللي موجودة على البوست كارد حصل لها ريفلكشن، حصل لها انعكاس بالمراية. المراية انعكست صورتها. دي الإجابة. So the next question is, which set of objects below would all reflect the light well? So here we have different surfaces, we have different objects. Some of them can reflect the light properly and others will just scatter the light. So we need all the group to reflect the light well. So for example, here in A, we have aluminium foil. Aluminium foil is smooth and shiny surface that can reflect the light. So yes, aluminium foil can do the job. Brick wall, the brick, the brick wall, can it reflect the light? Is it smooth or is it rough? Well, it's rough, so no. And the mirror is a shiny, smooth surface that can reflect the light. So A is not the answer because the brick wall cannot reflect the light well. Let's see the next one. B, we have metal spoon, smooth and shiny surface that can reflect the light. We have tea trunk, جذع الشجرة, tea trunk. It's very rough. It cannot reflect the light properly, so no. And then we have aluminium foil, and we said aluminium foil is a shiny surface that can reflect the light. So B is not the correct answer because the tea trunk cannot reflect the light. C, mirror, metal spoon, brick wall. The mirror can reflect the light, metal spoon can reflect the light, the brick wall cannot reflect the light, so the correct answer is not C. D, metal spoon can reflect the light, mirror can reflect the light, aluminium foil can reflect the light, so the correct answer will be D. Okay, so this is the second sheet. We have some questions here that we didn't study, it was not in the book. في بعض أسئلة هنا مش موجودة أصلا في الكتاب وما كانتش موجودة في الشرح بتاع الكتاب، فإحنا هنشرحها بشكل منفصل. أول حاجة it says as the amplitude of the wave decreases, the amplitude of the wave. يعني إيه amplitude of the wave؟ طيب إحنا اتفقنا إن the light travels in as waves. تمام. لو أنت بتعوم في البحر كان في موجة قوية، تعرف إزاي إن هي بتبقى قوية؟ الموجة بتبقى عالية عشان كده بتبقى قوية. ولو أنت موجود في البحر الموجة كانت ضعيفة، تحس بيها؟ لا، تبقى ضعيفة، بتبقى قليلة، ملهاش ارتفاع، تبقى واطية شوية. طيب الامبليتود هو ارتفاع الموج. This is the amplitude of the light waves. The amplitude of the light waves, it is the height of the light waves. طبعا احنا قلنا لو الموجة عالية بتكون الموجة قوية. So when the amplitude is increased, the brightness or the strength of the light increases. يبقى قوة الضوء قوي. لو الامplitude is weak, is decreased, sorry, the light will be weak or dim. طيب for example خلينا نشرح الموضوع أكتر. طيب هنا ده فلاش لايت، أوكي، فلاش لايت ده لونه أخضر، تمام، وهنا أنا بتحكم في الامplitude بشوف بكبره أو بصغره. خلينا نشوف لما الامplitude بيكون ماكسيمم، بيكون أكتر حاجة، بيكون إزاي شكله عامل ازاي. شايفين الويفز واللايت is bright أو قوي. the light is bright أو قوي. خلينا نقلل الامبليتود شوية، خليه 0 for example. لما خلينا الامبليتود 0 عرفنا ان هي من كتر ضعف النور هو مش موجود. طب هنكبره شوية بس هنخليه قليل. شايفين الإضاءة ازاي ضعيفة؟ dim light or weak light. Let's increase it. شايفين ازاي بقى شوية الجديد ده بقى أقوى. نكبر أكتر. The light is getting brighter. نكبر أكتر. خلينا نوصل تاني للماكسيمم. The light is brighter than before. So this is the difference. This is the maximum and this is when it's weak. شايفين الفرق؟ Okay. فاحنا كده فهمنا الفرق بين the amplitude when it increase or decrease. When the amplitude of the light increase, what happens? The light is bright or strong. When the amplitude decreases, the light is dim or weak. طيب, as the amplitude of the wave decrease, يعني ضعيف. يعني the light will be weak or the light will be dim. The temperature of the light increased. لا, we didn't talk about the temperature. The temperature of the light decreased. برضو we didn't talk about temperature. The color of the light becomes brighter. Decreases. لا, when it increases, it becomes brighter. The light becomes dimmer. Dim يعني weak. So dimmer. Yes, the light becomes dimmer. So this is a correct answer. Which of the following is a form of energy? Air, light, matter, or magnet? Well, the correct answer is light is energy. Light is energy. Which of the following is part of the electromagnetic spectrum? طيب هتبقى light waves. Light is waves. طيب different waves عندنا electromagnetic waves. electromagnetic waves ده نوع من انواع الويفز اللي بتكون موجوده حوالينا من غير ما نحس، زي اللايت waves هو نوع من انواع electromagnetic waves. لو عندك مايكروويف بيطلق زي بيسخن الاكل، بيسخنها عن طريق الالكترومagnetic waves. الريموت لما بتيجي تقلب في الريموت وتقلب القنوات بتقلب ازاي؟ في ويفز تطلع من الريموت للتي في بيستقبلها، دي عباره عن electromagnetic waves. لما تروح تعمل اكس راي العظم ده عباره عن زي الويفز تطلع من الجهاز بتدخل جوه جسمك بتبين لنا صوره العظم، دي electromagnetic waves. تمام. كمان في بعض الويفز جايه من الصن، اللي احنا بناخد تان او جسمنا بيتحرق من الشمس عشان electromagnetic waves. فالكترومagnetic waves دي نوع انواع الويفز او الموجات اللي بتبقى موجوده حوالينا، بتقدر ان هي تنتقل او تتنقل في السبيس حوالينا. تمام. منها ايه؟ منها اللايت ويفز. وهحط لكم كمان في الديسكربشن بوكس صندوق الوصف فيديو بيبين لك الفرق بين الالكترومagnetic waves. طيب السؤال هنا بيقول which of the following is a part of the electromagnetic spectrum? Light waves, surface waves, earthquake waves ولا gravitational waves? Is the light waves. The light waves is one of the electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic waves. طيب light cannot pass through all objects. Which of these would let the light pass through it? طيب rock احنا قلنا ان الطوبة او الروك it is an opaque object. opaque يعني معتم، ما يقدرش ان احنا يعدي اللايت فيه، ما نقدرش ان احنا نشوفه اللايت من ناحية الثانية. wood نفس الشيء، الwood is opaque object, it will not pass the light. The moon is dark object, it will not pass the light. But what about the vacuum? The vacuum يعني ايه؟ يعني الفضاء او الفراغ. The vacuum الفراغ زي ايه؟ زي السبيس. طيب انت في السبيس بتشوف ضوء الشمس؟ لو في ساتلايت في السبيس بتشوف ضوءه؟ لو في طيارة في السبيس بتشوفها؟ لو في space ship بتشوفها؟ بتشوف planets؟ So this means the light travels in space. The light travels in space. أو in vacuum. vacuum يعني مكان ما فيهوش هواء، الفراغ ده هو أو الفضاء. The vacuum is that. طيب which type of energy can travel through a vacuum؟ طيب انت لو واقف في السبيس وقاعدة تصرخ بأعلى صوت عندك، حد يسمعك؟ No. The sound waves they don't travel in vacuum. Chemical and mechanical energy they don't travel in vacuum. So which one travel in vacuum? The light energy. The light energy travel in vacuum. vacuum sorry. طيب okay smooth flat shiny surface such as the mirror light waves evenly absorbs light wave ولا refracts light wave ولا reflects light wave ولا transparent. طبعا they are not transparent. Mirrors they are not transparent. They don't absorb the light. We didn't study refraction. طبعا the answer B reflect هتعكس الضوء. عشان كده دايما لو في flash light عند المراية بنشوفه كله مركز في one point because it reflects the light evenly يعني بشكل متساوي. عشان كده all the light rays travel in the same direction or the same angle. طيب when the light bounces off a mirror it is absorbed ولا reflected ولا corrected ولا refracted. The same answer. When the light falls on the mirror it is reflected بينعكس. The image reflection from a surface may be larger, smaller or upside down. طيب عشان نقدر نوصل المعلومة دي عايزاك تدخل تجيب مغرفة بتاعت الشوربة. المغرفة الكبيرة دي بتاعت الشوربة بس تكون ستانلس ستيل أو تجيب معلقة كبيرة ستانلس ستيل وبص لنفسك في المعلقة دي ولا في المغرفة دي. يلا اعمل بوز للفيديو وقوم اعمل كده. تمام؟ اوكي بص لنفسك هتلاقي ايه؟ هتلاقي صورتك مقلوبة. هتلاقي عينيك تحت وبقك. ابعد شوية المغرفة هتلاقي وشك بدأ يصغر 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 يصغر. قرب شوية المغرفة من وشك هتلاقي وشك بدأ يكبر 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 يكبر. طيب ده بسبب ايه؟ بسبب ان المغرفة مش فلات. ده الفلات سيرفيس بيكون متساوي بس المغرفة مش فلات. المغرفة كيرف يعني بشكل قوس كده كيرف. طيب لما اللايت ريز بيقع على سطح كيرف بيحصل ايه؟ Let's draw some light rays together. يعني مثلا على سبيل المثال انت خلينا نرسم هنا عين وبق. ادي العين ادي عين هنا. اوكي وادي خليني ارسم بق كمان. ادي بق. ده البق وده العين. تمام. طيب لما اللايت ريز بتعمل ايه؟ بتعمل فولينج على curved surface فهي بتعدي من عند العين. هي مش من جوه العين بس اللايت جه من السورس وقع على العين وبعد كده حصل له ريفلكشن في السيرفيس ده. نفس الشيء مش قلنا ان اللايت falls on the object بيقع على الماوث بعد كده بيحصل له ريفلكشن على السيرفيس ده. بيحصل ايه بقى؟ عشان هي مش متساويه عشان هي curve عشان هي قوس بيحصل ايه؟ the light is reflected in a different manner. بيحصل له ريفلكشن في اتجاهات مختلفه. تمام. هو مش سيرفيس هو مش سطح هو حاجه مقوسه مش ستريت سوري مش فلات. بيحصل ايه بقى؟ بنلاقي ان صوره العين دي بتنعكس تحت. فهنا كده بيبان لك العين بتنعكس هنا. وبعدين تيجي تلاقي بقى ايه؟ تيجي تلاقي انه صوره اللايت سوري الماوث مثلا. اللايت اللي جاي من الماوث اللي احنا هنيجي نشوف صورته بقى هنلاقيه انعكس الناحيه دي. تمام. هنلاقي هنا الماوث. طيب برضه هحطلكوا في الفيديو تحت في صندوق الوصف تحت فيديو بيشرح اكتر ازاي اللايت is reflected from a curved surface. عشان كده لما تيجي تبص الصوره بقى بتلاقيها ان الصوره ايه بقى؟ الماوث فوق والعين تحت. الماوث فوق والعين تحت. طب لو ما فهمتوش الجزء ده هتلاقي الفيديو تحت هيشرح لك الموضوع. وده كان اخر سؤال في بنك المعرفه. انا عارفه ان في بعض الاسئله صعبه بس احنا حاولنا نشرحها وحاولنا ان احنا نسهل الموضوع شويه عليكم. لو الفيديو عجبكم اعملوا شير للفيديو وما تنسوش تعملوا سبسكريبشن واشتراك في القناه وما تنسوش تتفرجوا على الفيديوهات اللي موجوده في صندوق الوصف بتشرح لكم الموضوع تسهل لكم الموضوع بشكل اكتر. وادخلوا على القناه بتاعتنا على التليجرام هتلاقوا بعض الشيتات وبعض الاسئله هحطها ان شاء الله بخصوص الكونسبت ده. نورتوا القناه.